Quantum Manifestation Explained, the hidden truth about creating your reality. This is a critical moment in human history because most people have forgotten how powerful they truly are. We live in a world that appears solid and physical, yet beneath everything we see exists a vast invisible field of energy, information, frequency, and consciousness. What if the reality you experience every day is only a tiny fraction of what actually exists? What if the greatest power available to you has been hidden in plain sight all along? From the moment we are born, we are taught to focus on the physical world. We learn to identify with our body, our possessions, our achievements, and our circumstances. Yet there is another aspect of reality that cannot be touched or seen. It is the invisible field connecting everything. In this field, there is no separation between you and the universe. There is only energy, awareness, and infinite possibility waiting to be explored. One of the most fascinating ideas comes from the understanding that the field influences matter. Matter does not simply exist on its own. According to this perspective, the invisible field shapes what eventually appears in physical reality. If information can be changed within the field, then the particles that make up our world may respond accordingly. This means that the source of change may exist beyond the physical objects we spend so much time trying to control. When scientists examine the atom, something astonishing appears. What seems solid is almost entirely empty space filled with energy and information. The physical matter we can touch represents only a tiny fraction of what the atom actually contains. This challenges our ordinary perception of reality. The world that feels so solid and permanent may be far more dynamic, fluid, and interconnected than we have ever imagined. Human beings perceive only a narrow range of frequencies. The visible spectrum of light, the colors of the rainbow, represents just a tiny window into a much larger reality. Beyond what our eyes can detect exists an immense ocean of energy and information. The truth is that we may not be seeing reality exactly as it is. We may only be experiencing a limited version filtered through our biological senses. Most people spend their lives focused entirely on the external world. Their attention is absorbed by work, relationships, responsibilities, possessions, and daily challenges. Every thought is directed toward what already exists. Yet where attention goes, energy flows. When all of your energy remains invested in familiar circumstances, you continue recreating the same patterns. The known past becomes the blueprint for the future, keeping life trapped within predictable limits. Imagine withdrawing your attention from everything around you. Your body, your possessions, your relationships, your responsibilities, and even your personal history begin to fade from awareness. For a moment, you stop defining yourself through external conditions. You enter a state where the familiar world loses its influence. This is the doorway into the unknown, the place where new possibilities can emerge beyond the limitations of past experience. Now imagine letting go of time itself. Release the memories of the past and the expectations of the future. Let go of every role you play and every identity you carry. No profession, no status, no labels, no story. As these layers fall away, something remarkable remains: pure awareness, pure consciousness, a state of being that exists beyond the boundaries of time, place, and personal history. Take away every physical object in existence. Remove the Earth, the Moon, the Sun, every planet, every star, every galaxy, and every particle of visible matter. At first, it may seem that nothing remains. Yet what appears to be empty space is not empty at all. Beneath the surface exists an ocean of energy and potential. The void is alive with possibilities waiting to become reality. When you remain present within this field, detached from the distractions of the physical world, a profound transformation begins. You are no longer defined by your appearance, your age, your achievements, or your struggles. You become pure awareness observing itself. In that state, the mind grows quiet, the body relaxes, and consciousness expands. This is where many spiritual traditions suggest true creation begins, not from matter, but from the field itself. As you enter deeper states of awareness, something remarkable begins happening within the brain. Areas that normally operate independently start communicating more efficiently. Instead of being fragmented by stress, worry, and constant distraction, the brain begins organizing itself into a more unified system. The noise starts to fade, mental chatter becomes quieter. What emerges is a state of coherence, where different parts of the mind work together in harmony rather than competing for attention. In everyday life, stress often creates disorder within the brain. Attention jumps from one problem to another, one responsibility to another, and one concern to the next. This constant shifting fragments our focus. But when awareness expands and settles into the present moment, those scattered patterns begin to synchronize. The brain starts functioning as a single coordinated network. Order replaces chaos. Unity replaces fragmentation. A powerful internal balance begins to emerge. When coherence increases, the two hemispheres of the brain become more synchronized. Logic and intuition begin working together. Analysis and creativity stop pulling in opposite directions. Instead of experiencing inner conflict, you experience inner alignment. Many people describe this state as feeling whole for the first time. It is a state where thoughts become clearer, perception becomes sharper, and awareness expands beyond the limitations of ordinary thinking. As coherent brainwaves interact, they amplify one another. Small waves combine into larger waves. Larger waves carry more energy. More energy creates a stronger influence on both mind and body. This is why many meditation practitioners report feeling more energized, even while sitting completely still. The brain is no longer wasting energy through internal conflict. Instead, it is directing that energy toward a unified purpose. In this highly organized state, intention becomes incredibly important. Every thought carries information. Every intention becomes a signal. The clearer the intention, the stronger the signal being transmitted. Instead of broadcasting confusion, doubt, and contradiction, the mind begins sending a focused message. Like a radio tower transmitting a precise frequency, your consciousness starts communicating with the larger field of possibilities surrounding you. Imagine creating a clear vision of a future that has not yet happened. You are not wishing for it. You are not hoping for it. You are mentally rehearsing it as if it already exists. The brain begins responding to that vision. New neural pathways form. New patterns of thought emerge. Your body starts receiving signals from a future possibility instead of remaining trapped within memories of the past. Most people allow their past experiences to define their expectations. They expect tomorrow to resemble yesterday because that is what they know. But when you repeatedly focus on a greater possibility, you begin teaching your brain and body to become familiar with a new future. Over time, that future feels more real than the limitations you once accepted. This is the beginning of personal transformation. While the brain generates intention, the heart contributes something equally powerful. The heart is closely connected to emotion. Emotions such as gratitude, joy, appreciation, inspiration, and love create a completely different energetic state than fear, anger, resentment, or lack. When elevated emotions become genuine and consistent, they create a powerful internal environment that supports change rather than resisting it. Research has shown that the heart generates a measurable electromagnetic field extending beyond the physical body. While people may debate the meaning of this phenomenon, many believe it plays an important role in how we interact with the world around us. When the heart is coherent, emotional energy becomes more stable, more balanced, and more powerful. This creates a state of inner harmony that influences every aspect of experience. The real magic begins when intention and emotion work together. A clear mind without emotion lacks energy. Strong emotion without direction lacks focus. But when a coherent brain and a coherent heart become aligned, something extraordinary happens. Thought provides the blueprint, emotion provides the fuel. Together they create a powerful signal that reflects the future you are choosing to embody. Imagine sending a signal into the field with every thought and every emotion, not a signal of fear or limitation, but a signal of possibility. If reality is influenced by energy and information, then your internal state matters more than you may realize. Every moment becomes an opportunity to choose which frequency you are broadcasting and which future you are strengthening through your attention. According to this perspective, the quantum field contains countless potentials. Every possibility already exists as a probability waiting to be experienced. Some possibilities reflect your fears, others reflect your dreams. The question becomes simple. Which possibility are you emotionally investing in every day? Which future are you rehearsing through your thoughts, beliefs, and expectations? Attention acts like a spotlight. Whatever you consistently focus upon gains strength within your experience. When you repeatedly invest energy into a desired future, that possibility becomes more familiar within your mind. You begin recognizing opportunities that previously went unnoticed. Your perception changes, your choices change, your actions change. Eventually, your external reality begins reflecting the transformation that first occurred within. Often, change does not arrive in dramatic ways. It may begin as a chance encounter, an unexpected opportunity, a new idea, or a surprising conversation. At first, these events may appear ordinary, yet when viewed together, they reveal a pattern. Life begins responding differently. New possibilities emerge, circumstances shift. What once seemed impossible starts feeling increasingly achievable. Many people describe these experiences as synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to ignore. The right person appears at the right moment. An answer arrives just when it is needed. A door opens unexpectedly. Whether viewed as spiritual guidance or simple probability, these moments often feel like reminders that reality may be responding to something deeper than chance alone. As alignment increases, life begins reflecting the energy you have cultivated within yourself. This does not mean every challenge disappears. It means you begin meeting challenges from a completely different state of consciousness. Instead of reacting with fear, you respond with clarity. Instead of expecting failure, you anticipate possibility. The external world starts mirroring the internal transformation taking place within you. One of the most profound moments occurs when the emotional grip of the past finally loosens. The betrayals, disappointments, mistakes, and painful experiences that once defined your identity begin losing their power. They no longer control your thoughts. They no longer dictate your future. You realize that your past was a chapter of your story, not the author of your destiny. True freedom is not changing what happened. True freedom is changing your relationship with what happened. The moment you stop drawing your identity from past wounds, you reclaim enormous amounts of energy. That energy becomes available for creation instead of survival. It becomes fuel for growth, healing, and transformation. This is where a completely new future begins to take shape. At some point, you begin recognizing a profound truth. You are not merely reacting to life, you are participating in its creation. Every thought, every emotion, every choice contributes to the reality you experience. The future is not fixed. It is constantly being shaped by your awareness, your beliefs, and the energy you bring into each moment. This realization changes everything. Perhaps the greatest discovery is remembering who you truly are. Beyond your circumstances, beyond your history, beyond every limitation you have accepted. You are a conscious being capable of growth, transformation, and creation. The moment you understand your connection to the greater field of life, you begin seeing reality differently. And from that moment forward, a new chapter becomes possible. One shaped not by fear, but by conscious intention and limitless possibility.